Um, Hi guys, how are you today? I'm Julian Cortez and from Santiago.
Hi, I am Carolina Chaverra. I'm from Santiago too.
Hello, I am Nieves Rodriguez. I'm from Santiago too.
Hi, I'm Josué Carrillo. I'm from Santiago too.
Okay, we are. What are we going to do today is our parcel test, right? We already watched a video, but before giving opinion about that video, I'm going to ask you some questions. First question is, what is the most important skill of English to you?
For me, the most important skill is listening because when I listening that music or whatever, eh, I learn new words and phrases.
Right. Um,
Well, for me, the most important skill is listening.
Um, all the skills are important, but the most important is listening because if you don't that skills in your better skill, you cannot speak pretty well because you cannot understand anything. And we have to be clear in that.
right. I agree with you. I think the most important skill is listening to, but all the skills are important. The second question is, what do you do to improve that skill?
I improve my skill when I listen to music or I listen in podcast about real life case because I words I learn new words that I can use in my life.
Interesting.
Uh, to improve that skill, what one has to do is watch movies and listen to music. But I like the singer Maroon 5 to listen to his music.
What I do for improve my listening skills. Well, I do some activities like listening to music, watch movie, series, TV show, all in English. I almost listening music in my car, all in English all the time. Almost it's rarely when I listen music in Spanish.
Oh, me too. But I like more watch series than listening to music or watch movies. One series that I watch every day or almost all week is Friends. I don't know if you know the series, the TV show Friends. I love that TV show. But that's what I do to improve my listening skill. And I put the audio in English in the subtitle in English, of course. Now, about the video, we are going to share some opinions, right? What do you like? What do you find interesting in the video?
In my case, I like when the man mentioned the letters ABL, that being is always be listening to English. This point for me is very important because we can improve our vocabulary and learn new words or phrases that we need to communicate with other people and understand very well.
In my case, was learn word and phrases. In my opinion, not knowing the words of the grammar of the language is one of the most problems why people don't understand to others are saying. So we have to learn words and phrases to understand better the language.
Okay.
Okay. And my opinion about the video um, is pretty interesting because it talk about some skill we have to develop. For example, listening skills. Um, he said something about something about really true. You should be pretty focused in the meaning rather than the verb or the grammar because some phrases or some word doesn't mean the same that you
Mhm.
are writing, you know.
Mhm.
And you should be clear in something like the accent. No every people or no every person in native speak in native English speak country speak with the same way. No, they have different accent and the sound of the word are different.
Yeah. For example, the word water that in
Yeah,
America say que water in or in United Kingdom is water, water,
water, something like that.
water. Yeah, I don't know. Well, from in my opinion, all the that he said is important, but I find interesting when he said at the final that we have to have conversation with someone who speak English, who is native English speaker, because we if we have this conversation we are getting everyday English, and that we want to learn. So in the in so in time we can get more natural at practice. We improve our skill is all that in listening and speaking. So I think this is very important. So guys, try to have conversation every day to improve your English. Now, uh, in summary of the video is la listening is a vital skill, and two reasons why we can understand native speaker is because we don't know the word or grammar and we can understand what the people is saying. We have to do listening practice as a lot, speaking practice, and we have to work on our pronunciation. Now, what resource do you recommend for other English learners?
I recommend you listen to music, and when you don't understand the word or phrase, you need to write this word. Then later, when you have a free time, uh, you search in internet what is the meaning of that word, or also you can play whatever word in English.
In my opinion, you can try to win a scholarship and study in a country that speak in English.
Okay, that's interesting. But for that, people have to study very hard and have great grades. So, but that's really interesting.
Okay. Um, in the case, I can recommend you some activities because I do it. I recommend you this activity because I think they are pretty effective in to improve your English. You know, and you can have a good performance when you try to use this activity almost every day. And these activities are listen and watch and look it up for some videos in English with some specific topic. You know that we are learners. At the beginning, we have to learn. We have to learn a little more extra. You know,
Yeah.
you have to look it up for some extra information to improve your English more fast.
Yeah, to
And
improve your English more fast, you have to uh, look for something that you are interested in. You know, if you don't, if you are interested like in sport, why do you have to listen in sports? You have to share something that you like, and then in that way that you can improve your listening, and you can enjoy while while watching the video or the movie.
yes,
Mm,
So
yeah.
you can practice with your classmates when you have a free time or sharing in English or the
yeah,
idea.
that's right. I recommend for beginning, for someone who don't speak English at all, is to learn vocabulary and the verbs. You know, because the basic vocabulary like colors or foods, basic vocabulary and verb, and not in so in the time they can learn about the grammar and other things. But for beginners, I think the most important is vocabulary and verbs. And now, yeah, later they can study a little more. Well, guys, this is it. This is all. I'm happy to have this conversation with you. So see you next time. Thank you.
See you.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See
Have
you.
a good night.